There are certain phrases that seem harmless on the surface, but inside a woman's mind, they can activate something even she cannot clearly explain. She does not analyze it logically at the beginning. She feels it first, and once that feeling starts, it becomes very difficult to control. Female attraction does not follow clear rules, logic, or moral lines. It rises from instinct and impulse from a place that does not stop to ask whether something is right, allowed, or appropriate. That is why a woman can have a partner, children, comfort, and stability, and still feel emotional or physical tension toward another man. It is not a choice she carefully makes. It is a reaction that happens inside her body. And the moment when emotion begins to overpower reason is exactly where most men either fail completely or accidentally awaken desire without understanding how it happened. Many men believe attraction is created by talking too much, explaining themselves, proving their value, insisting, or trying hard to impress. Other men are so afraid of rejection that they hold back fully, stay silent, and slowly fade out of a woman's emotional awareness. The real secret is understanding how her inner world works and how desire can be activated without touching her, chasing her, or asking for permission or approval. Desire is not something you force. It is something you allow to surface by the way you show up. In this video, I am going to share 5 forbidden phrases that awaken desire even in a woman who is already committed. These phrases do not speak to her logical thinking, they speak directly to her emotional instinct. They place you in the position of a man who does not need but naturally creates curiosity and tension. At the end, I will also share a 6th phrase that goes deep into mental attraction and explain how to handle that power with intelligence, balance, and ethics. If this is your first time here, my name is Celia. I have spent many years helping men understand female psychology and build real connections based on attraction, self-control, and respect. On this channel, we do not focus on tricks or manipulation. We focus on mindset, presence, and behavior. Stay until the end because the final phrase does not only show how desire is triggered, but also how a man can stay emotionally steady when that desire appears. Most men try to understand women through logic, as if every choice a woman makes comes from careful thinking and calculation. But attraction does not start in the mind. It starts in the body, in emotion, and in instinct. It is not an intellectual process. It is biological. Attraction is shaped by chemistry, energy, tone of voice, posture, timing, and unconscious signals. That is why a woman may say she wants a calm, stable, polite man, yet still feel drawn to someone who challenges her slightly, confuses her just enough, or makes her feel something she cannot fully explain. Her attraction is born from movement and emotional intensity, from the feeling of being alive. It does not come from logical reasoning. This is why trying to explain your value or convince a woman almost never works. Her body reacts long before her mind understands why. She feels something first, then later, her mind tries to justify it with words and explanations. This leads to a question many men quietly ask, but rarely face honestly. Why can a married or committed woman feel attraction toward another man? Before moving forward, this question must be answered truthfully because it gives meaning to everything that follows. There is a reality many men struggle to accept. A woman can feel attraction towards someone else even while loving her partner. This is not about morality or weak character. It is about emotional stimulation. Love keeps a relationship stable, but it does not automatically keep desire alive. Desire needs contrast. When attraction becomes routine, predictable, or emotionally flat, the subconscious begins searching for something that wakes it up. When a man enters her world with a different energy, calm confidence, presence, humor, and mystery, something inside her responds. She may feel a mix of curiosity and danger that routine and stability no longer provide. This does not mean she wants to betray anyone. It means her biology is responding to contrast. The female brain links attraction to emotion and emotion to novelty. When a man is grounded, emotionally controlled, and does not seek her approval, that energy feels rare. It feels different, and that difference becomes magnetic. Attraction does not obey relationship labels or social rules. She may have a husband, but if she feels that emotional vibration with you, her mind becomes conflicted while her body reacts instantly. Attraction is not chosen, it is triggered. It appears when something in you awakens a feeling missing from her emotional environment. Sometimes this happens through a look, a pause, a calm smile, or a confident tone. When you project controlled masculine energy, her body registers it as uncommon. In that moment, she stops seeing you as just another man and starts imagining without meaning to. This is not about disrupting her life or creating chaos. It is about understanding that feminine desire does not disappear by decision. It shifts with emotional atmosphere. If you embody a presence she does not experience in her relationship, quiet strength, calm curiosity, emotional depth, desire naturally awakens. When a woman feels this, she often becomes confused. She may tell herself it is just friendliness or admiration, but beneath that explanation is a deeper instinct responding to being seen by a man who does not need her. That is the key. When a man does not try to take, impress, or secure a woman, his energy stops feeling invasive and starts feeling intriguing. A mature man understands the difference between sparking attraction and crossing boundaries. He knows how to reflect what she longs for without trying to own it. His ability to stay calm and centered even when tension exists is what creates both desire and respect. This awareness brings power, but it also brings responsibility. The power to awaken emotions no one else reaches, and the responsibility to use that power with discipline and integrity. The real challenge is not creating attraction, but staying balanced when it appears. From this place of control comes the next key, a simple phrase that completely changes how a woman experiences you. When a man says, "I'm not trying to convince you of anything, I just want to understand you," the emotional atmosphere shifts immediately. Her defenses soften. Her body no longer reads you as someone who wants something from her. Instead, she feels a man who is present without pressure. This phrase removes one of the strongest defenses in a woman's mind, the belief that a man always wants approval, control, or an outcome. By not pushing, you give her emotional space, and that space creates connection. When you say you are not trying to convince her, you show independence. You show that her reaction does not define your worth. That freedom is deeply attractive. Desire grows in masculine calm, not in insistence or force. This phrase works because it blends curiosity with emotional detachment. You are interested but not dependent. You are present but not demanding. To a woman, this feels like deep respect. Imagine a simple moment where she is sharing something personal. Most men would interrupt with advice, solutions, or opinions. You do not. You listen fully. When she finishes, you calmly say you just want to understand her. Her body relaxes. Her breathing slows. She feels safe, and emotional safety is one of the strongest foundations of attraction. Tone matters deeply. The words must be calm and sincere. When said correctly, they do not sound like a technique. They feel honest. They communicate strength without aggression and interest without need. She begins to trust. Her energy softens, and that softness is where desire naturally grows. This phrase does not appeal to logic. It speaks straight to emotion. It allows her to exist freely in your presence without fear of judgment. When a woman feels free with a man, attraction flows naturally. This is not about memorizing lines. It is about embodying meaning. If your posture is relaxed and your presence is grounded, your words carry weight. Invite her to speak. Allow silence to exist. Do not rush to react. Attraction grows in quiet moments, patient listening, and emotional space. When this happens, the interaction stops being just a conversation. It becomes a connection that stays with her long after the moment ends. Comment so I can see where you are listening from. I truly read every single word because behind each comment, there is a real story, a real journey, and a man who is trying to grow. That is what gives purpose to this work and keeps this community strong and alive. If you feel comfortable, you can also share a personal experience or a lesson you learned along your own path. Your words may be exactly what another man needs to hear today. With that said, let's return to the topic, because the right words do not only lower emotional walls, they awaken desire. This next phrase is an emotional trigger hidden inside what sounds like a simple compliment. I like the way you think. I didn't expect that. What makes this powerful is not flattery, it is surprise. A woman's mind reacts instantly when a man notices something deeper than her appearance. You are not telling her she looks good. You are telling her she is interesting. You are saying her perspective caught your attention. For a woman, that lands far deeper than most compliments because it makes her feel seen, understood, and emotionally recognized. It makes her feel special and truly noticed in a way most men never reach. The real power of this phrase comes from contrast. Most men stay at a shallow level. They comment on her looks, her smile, her body, or what she is wearing. Those compliments are common and expected, but when you say, I like the way you think, you take her somewhere deeper. You are not only seeing her as a woman, you are recognizing her mind, her energy, her point of view. You are showing interest in something that feels more personal and rare. And when you add, I didn't expect that, the effect becomes even stronger. You introduce mystery. You let her know she surprised you, that she broke an assumption you had in your mind. That small moment creates curiosity. She starts wondering what exactly changed your perception. She wants to know what it was that caught your attention. We already understand that attraction is created through emotion, not logic. This phrase works because it creates emotion instantly. It functions like an emotional mirror. It reflects her intelligence without testing her or putting pressure on her. You are quietly telling her that her thoughts moved something inside you, that she connected with you in a meaningful way. When a woman realizes that her mind can affect a man, her ego wakes up, but so does her desire. She feels that she touched something in you without using her body or performing in any way. That feeling is powerful. Imagine you are having a normal conversation about a simple everyday topic. She shares an honest opinion, maybe something unexpected or slightly different from yours. Instead of correcting her or trying to win the point, you slow down. You look at her with genuine interest. You pause for a moment and then say calmly, I like the way you think. I didn't expect that. That pause matters. The relaxed tone matters even more. You are giving recognition without exaggeration. You are offering validation without chasing. You make her feel seen without placing her above you. That balance is where attraction begins to grow naturally. Women can sense immediately when a compliment is calculated or used as a tactic. But when it comes without urgency, without need, it feels real and powerful. She begins to wonder why she surprised you. She starts seeing herself through your eyes. Without realizing it, she develops a desire to keep creating that reaction in you. The conversation shifts from logical exchange to emotional connection. That is where something deeper starts to form. This phrase also communicates that you are selective. You are not impressed by everyone. You do not give this kind of recognition lightly. You reserve it for someone who genuinely affects you. That detail matters more than the words themselves. It shows that you have standards. In a world where many men try too hard to please, you stand out by acknowledging without begging. That mix of interest and emotional independence creates tension. She feels your attention, but she cannot control you. When you use this phrase naturally without acting or forcing it, the interaction stays relaxed and real. You are not playing a role. You are expressing honest curiosity. That authenticity pulls her in because behind every word she feels calm, grounded masculine energy. In simple terms, I like the way you think. I didn't expect that is not just a compliment. It is an invitation. It invites her to open up and share more of her inner world. And as she does, often without realizing it, you create the emotional space where attraction grows on its own. The next phrase is, I'm not trying to impress you. I'm trying to get to know you. This sentence carries quiet power because most men enter conversations trying to impress, trying to prove their worth, trying to win approval. When you say this, you completely change the dynamic. You show her that you are not competing and that you are not seeking validation. Suddenly, the roles shift. You stop chasing her interest, and she starts wondering how she fits into your world. This reversal creates instant attraction because it breaks the usual pattern where the man pursues and the woman judges. This phrase communicates emotional security. It tells her you are centered, comfortable with yourself, and confident. You are not there to take something. You are there to choose based on your own values. In her mind, this places you in a position of quiet strength. A man who is not trying to impress gives off inner confidence. It shows in his silence, in his steady eyes, in his relaxed voice. That presence is far more intriguing than flashy compliments or exaggerated charm. When she senses that you are not chasing her attention, she begins to seek you emotionally. She wants to understand why you are different. When everyone else is trying to win her approval and you are simply trying to understand her, her mind becomes engaged. And when her mind engages, her body follows. You can use this phrase naturally when she notices your calmness. If she says something like, "You seem really relaxed," you can smile and respond, "That's because I'm not trying to impress you. I'm trying to get to know you." In that moment, you set the emotional frame. You show self respect and emotional control. This phrase removes pressure from the interaction. It takes away the feeling of being judged or evaluated and replaces it with comfort. She no longer feels like she has to perform or impress you. She starts to feel safe. And when safety combines with confidence, attraction grows without effort. Not because you are trying to excite her, but because you are not dependent on her reaction. A woman's mind responds deeply to consistency. When your words align with your body language, a magnetic presence appears. Your calm breathing, steady eye contact, and ability to listen all communicate that you are present, not needy. And when she senses that you do not need to prove yourself, her attraction deepens because she feels strength beneath the surface. The purpose is never to memorize lines or repeat phrases mechanically. The real goal is to embody the mindset behind them. If you say, "I'm not trying to impress you," but your eyes are searching for approval, she will feel the disconnect immediately. But when you say it naturally with ease and comfort, she feels the truth behind it. Authenticity creates desire because women respond to energy more than words. This phrase reflects a deeper way of relating. Do not compete, connect. Do not try to be perfect. Be present. Be curious. Be grounded. When you approach women from this place, attraction does not need to be forced. It grows quietly, steadily, and naturally without pressure or effort.